Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name's Mariah, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I have been going book crazy this month. We just got our first bookshelf, my first bookshelf ever, and yeah, trying to fill up some shelves with obviously things that I want. And I went crazy on Book Outlet, Pango, free libraries, used bookstores around me. I've just been going ham on the book front. So, I think I have about 20 or so books here. I don't know what all of them are about. Classic me. I just have had them on my Goodreads TBR forever. And then when I see them, whenever I'm doing book buying, I buy them. There are certain books that I have on my TBR that I feel like I won't love, so I won't buy. But books that I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna like, obviously I'm gonna buy. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you what they're about if I know what they're about, but I think I'm gonna read the first sentence of every single book, just so maybe that'll give you a little bit of a better idea if I can't really tell you, and it'll give me a little bit more of an idea. So first, we'll start off with a book that I found yesterday in one of my free libraries, Right Behind You by Lisa Gardner. This is about a little girl whose brother killed their father when they were children, I think, and he did it to protect them because their dad was a drunken, angry dude. But now, all of a sudden, there is a double homicide, and the suspect is just running through Oregon shooting people. And they think that it might be her brother. So, did he actually kill their dad because he was saving them, or was there something else to it? It sounds interesting. This was honestly everything that I get from free libraries are 1,000% cover grabs because I don't like to just stand in front of somebody's house and like read a book, you know? Anyways, first sentence is had a family once. Short, sweet, and to the point, I guess. The next book is a book that I've been seeing for a little while, and I like missing persons cases. I like true crime. So I don't think this is a true story. I'm pretty sure it's fiction, but it is about a little boy who went missing in the woods, but years later came back, and nobody knows what happened to him because he won't talk about it. And now there's another child who went missing in the same exact woods, and I think they need the original boy who went missing, I think they need his help to maybe try and find this other little boy. So it sounds really interesting. And the first sentence of this is Westville, New Jersey. In one of the most bizarre cases in recent history, a wild-haired young boy, estimated to be between 6 and 8 years old, was discovered living on his own in the Ramapo Mountain State Forest, near the suburb of Westville. Wow. Good starting sentence there. All right, this one I was really excited to find in my used bookstore, The Push by Ashley Aldrine. I've heard so much about this. Now, I do know that they say if you are a new mother or thinking about being a mother soon, don't read this. Because apparently it's about a mom who thinks there may be something off about her child after she gives birth. And a lot of things about motherhood, apparently. So, not a problem for me. I don't want kids ever. So, this will be right up my alley. And the first sentence of this is, your house glows at night like everything inside is on fire. Okay. This book is honestly because of Gabby Reeds and her Korean book vlog. She read this, The Good Son by, I'm not going to say this right probably, Yu Zhong. I'm horrible with name pronunciations, but I'm also that kind of person that I feel like it's disrespectful to not even try to pronounce somebody's name. So I'm going to try, but I'm probably going to butcher it. But I'm trying. if you can tell me how to say it, that'd be great. Anyways, I think this is about a kid who wakes up covered in blood, but he doesn't remember why or how. And yeah. So the first sentence of this is, the smell of blood woke me. Good starter too. Down with these starting sentences so far. All right, the next is The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White. This is about Elizabeth Frankenstein, who I think is essentially homeless, and she gets taken to the home of Victor Frankenstein, who she has to help manage his anger because he has anger problems. I could be totally wrong, but I think essentially that's what it's about. And the first sentence of this is, lightning clawed across the sky, tracing veins through the clouds and marking the pulse of the universe itself. Okay. This is another cover grab out of a free library. And that is The Beasts of Extraordinary Circumstance by Ruth Emmy Lang. All I know is it's about a boy who was raised by wolves and has magical abilities. Now, coming from a non-fantasy reader, I felt like something like this might be a good like little dip into the fantasy world, right? Because it's not like epic dragons, all that, but it does have magic in it. So I don't know. I'm interested to see. And the first sentence of this is, I have delivered over 1,000 babies in my career, but one in particular stands out in my mind. Ooh. This book I've had on my TBR for a while, and I saw it on Book Outlet for pretty cheap. Actually, I think this one might have been the one that I got for free, and that's The Sacrifice Box by Martin Stewart. It sounds a little bit different from things I typically read, but then again, it also sounds not that different. Sounds like demon-y, which I love demon-y haunted things. This is about a group of friends who comes across this weird ancient box in the middle of the forest, and they all decide to make a pact and sacrifice something special to them, all of them, to this box. And they're not allowed to go back and take anything out or do anything, but then really bad, weird things start happening in the future, and they realize somebody has broken the pact and somebody has taken something out of this box, and now they think the box probably wants revenge, and which means somebody's life probably. So, here for that. And the first sentence is, Sep knelt beside the box. Love that name, S-E-P. Okay. Next, I grabbed this for my boyfriend, I think. Also a free library grab and also a cover grab. But then I read the synopsis, and I have been wanting to read more about sailing and sailboats and that kind of thing because, like I've mentioned before, my boyfriend owns a boat. He used to live on his boat before we ever got together. He lived on his boat, and so he's always wanted to sail across the Pacific and everything. And so obviously I'm going to have to learn how to sail. And so yeah, I've been wanting to like dabble in sailing things. And this is about a wife who is struggling with motherhood and writing a dissertation for college. And all of a sudden one day her husband comes home and is like, I want to quit my job and buy a boat and leave. And so they do. They go to Panama and they get this boat. And it's written from two perspectives of her after they've gone on this sailing journey and everything that happened during that. And then the second perspective is from the captain's log while they're going through all this stuff. So it sounds really interesting. And yeah. So the first sentence of this, where does a mistake begin? Ooh, okay. Next is another free library find. And I don't know if you have free libraries around you, but I have found free libraries to be a great source of books for, there's a lot of books that I have on my TBR, but I don't want to buy them because I don't think I'm going to like them. Or not necessarily that I don't think I'm going to like them, but I'm scared that I'm not going to give them 5 stars. And I don't want to spend my money on something that I don't think I'm going to love. But when I see them in a free library, or obviously Libby or my public library, obviously I'm going to pick them up. So when I saw Educated by Tara Westover, this has been on my Goodreads for a while. Like, I'm pretty sure since it came out. And it's a memoir, and I don't read a lot of nonfiction. So I'm scared to spend money on new nonfiction, or money at all, honestly, on nonfiction, because I don't think I'm gonna like it. But they sound interesting. So this is about a girl who was raised as a survivalist, but now she wants to educate herself more so she can do more things with her life. I don't know, it sounds really interesting. And the first sentence is, I'm standing on the red, oh my God, why would she do this? A tongue twister in the first sentence. I'm standing on the red railway car that sits abandoned next to the barn. All right, next is a book that I've already started. I'm like not far in at all, but that's The First Day of Spring by Nancy Tucker. This is about a woman who killed another child when she was also a child. And now she's an adult who has changed her name. She has a child of her own, and she is trying to escape her past. But obviously, that's not going to happen, or there wouldn't be a book about it. So, what's going to happen? Like, is it going to catch up to her? And the first sentence of this book is, I killed a little boy today. We love that for her. Next is another book that I have been wanting to read, again, also nonfiction since it came out, and that is Elton John's memoir, Me. I love Elton John. I have since forever, honestly. I just, oh, he's great. I love him. I bet he has some crazy stories too. So, the first sentence of this was, I was on stage at the Latina Club in South Shields when I realized I couldn't take it anymore. Ooh. I don't know. I bet there's some really, I know he's been through some shit. So I bet I feel like I'm going to laugh. I'm going to cry. I feel like I'm going to enjoy this. I hope I do. I hope I'm not like hyping it up in my brain too much. Next is a book that I've already read. I listened to it on Libby from my library originally, and I absolutely loved it, so I needed the physical copy, and now I need to read the sequel, and that is The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Daniel Page. I didn't know that I'd love this. I didn't know that I would like witchy college girls. This was such a fun time. This is a dual POV, following two girls at this college that has a prestigious, really exclusive sorority that it only allows witches in it. And one of the girls is already in the sorority and has her entire life planned out. Like, she's one of those girls, knows exactly what she's going to be doing, thinks that she knows what she's going to be doing in the next 5 years. Everything detailed, detailed, detailed. The other girl, she's not in the sorority yet. She's kind of floundering. She's just trying to find her place in life, right? Like any normal college student. So, yeah, you follow these girls, and it's set in Savannah, which is like my favorite place ever. So, already 10 out of 10 for me. The first sentence of this one is, the witch looked at the blonde girl cowering on the ground, her eyes wide with fear. I love that book. If you haven't read it, read it. I did not know that I loved witchy things, and now I need to read every book about witches. This I have been seeing a lot about recently, and that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I have a prompt for one of my tarot cards for my TBR that is a sci-fi book that is a spin on a Disney story, a retelling of the Disney story. Words, English, never can think of them. And so when I was looking up that, I saw this, and then when I bought this, now I feel like I'm seeing this everywhere on TikTok and Instagram. So this is about Cinder, who is a cyborg. And that's really all I know. Cinderella is a cyborg in this, and I'm here for it. And I don't really read much sci-fi either, so this will be interesting. The first sentence of this is, the screw through Cinder's ankle had rusted, the engraved cross marks worn to a mangled circle. All right. The next book is another book that I swear I hear about from every booktuber ever, The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor. Honestly, I think this is about like demons, maybe possession. I know it's about this female vicar and her daughter moving to a town that she just wants some peace and quiet, but that's not what happens. But that's about all I know. And I really only picked it up because I heard like demons or possession. And I'm here for that. So, yeah. First sentence of The Burning Girls is, what kind of man am I? Okay, this book is because of the ravens. I needed more witches in my life. The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. I believe this is about 3 witches that were executed back in the 1800s maybe, and they now get to come back every couple years or every year to get their revenge on the town, I think. I could be totally wrong. I've been wanting to read so many witch books. I've been reading synopsises of like everything, so I could be combining or just totally thinking of another one. But, ooh, it's set in Oregon, so I'm already excited. 3 sisters arrived in Sparrow, Oregon in 1822 aboard a fur trading ship named the Lady Astor, which sank later that year in the harbor just beyond the Cape. Like I said, I'm here for witches. I need all the witchy books. Please and thank you. Give me recommendations for your favorite witchy books. I will take them all and read them all. Please. The next book is Where They Found Her by Kimberly McCreight. This is the same thing with the boy in the woods, the boy from the woods. I think this is a missing person-esque. It sounds really cool. Also, didn't realize I got the huge, into the big, good for me. I can't see worth shit anyways, so here for that. And the first sentence of this is, it isn't until afterwards that I think about the bag or the bloody towel stuffed inside. Oh, yeah, I think this is about an infant who was found killed, and they don't know what happened. An idyllic suburban town, a devastating discovery, shocking revelations that will change 3 lives forever. I don't know. Like missing persons, like I said, cold cases, things like that. I love true crimey things, so I hope that I'll love that. This book is a book that I'm reading this month for Katie Colson's Bunny Smut Club and Smut Salon Book Club. All the right words were there, just not in the right order. That's the Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. I honestly really don't know what this is about either. I'm assuming cold cases. Another thing set in Oregon. Wow, love that for me. Anything set Oregon, Washington, I'm here for it. The Greer Mansion set high on a hill overlooking the town and the ocean. A true crime blogger gets more than she bargained for. Wow, I have a lot of true crime-y books. I am here for this. I love that. Anyways. Spacing out, obviously. Next is my first Riley Sager book, and that is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I think this is about a camp counselor, or maybe she was a camper, and 3 campers go missing, and now she came back to the camp years later, and now another set of campers have gone missing. I think. Clearly, these last couple books, I'm like, I don't know what they're about. I just know that they were on my TBR, so I bought them. This is how it begins. It's the first sentence. Oh, apparently I've already started reading this. I don't remember, so I'm definitely going to have to start over. How many pages did I read? Like 5? 10 pages. I read 10 pages. not boding well for that book. I started it and haven't done more than 10 pages. Okay, the next book is The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. I believe this is about Briasis. Well, I'm probably saying that wrong. She was in The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. She's from Greek mythology. Why can't I think right now? She was Achilles. She was the woman that Achilles won after he murdered her whole family. And so I think this is about her after being taken or captured as a prisoner for them and being a prisoner of Achilles, and I can't say his name, Agamemnon. Y'all, pronunciations with this southern accent. It's not good. Anyways, I believe it was Riley or Meg that was talking about this book. I want to say it was Riley from, oh no, why can't I think of her name? Riley Marie. I think she was talking about this after she read Song of Achilles. I could be wrong. First sentence of this is Great Achilles. 2 words. Love that. So yeah, Trojan War at Troy. Like, I'm just getting into Greek mythology, so any Greek mythology books, please give me more recommendations. I also have Medusa and Lore, I believe, on my TBR that I would really like to read, but anything else, if you have really good Greek mythology retellings, I want to read them all, please. Thank you. Okay, and the last book is The Tenet by Katrine Ingberg. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm awful. Katrine Ingberg. And this is about a woman who was found brutally murdered in her apartment. And 2 detectives get assigned to her case, and they find a link between her and her landlady, who has been writing a book that is eerily similar to what is happening with this murder. So obviously, she's like a prime suspect. And yeah, first sentence for this is, the morning light swirled up dust from the heavy drapes. Cool. So yeah, that's all of the books that I have hauled recently from various places. Now I got to find a place for them on my new bookshelf that I'm so happy with this thing. My voice, hello. I have a cute backdrop. Look at these cute plants. I love them. Hello. Okay, anyways. I'm so happy with my freaking bookshelf. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm excited to read these all. Hold me to it. If at the end of the year you don't see any of these books, be like, Mariah, what the fuck? What were you doing with your life? You bought all these books and you haven't read them. Unokay. Unokay? Unacceptable. When I say words are not coming to me today, every time I film, it's just a thing. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like and subscribe. If you did, I would really, really appreciate you being here. And I hope you have a great day or night or whatever time it is. Bye.